Greetings everyone, welcome to my review of Journey to the East Part 3. To recap what's happened so far, Sally and Khan met with the local Yagyu Lord. The monkey actually managed to convince the Lord to break away from the Iron Dominion. I know, right? At the same time, Sonic and Tails, who were not part of the meeting, encountered their old pain Fiona Fox, and the pain got bigger as they once again had a run-in with the Destructrix. We start with the two sides staring down at one another, except for Flying Frog. He'd rather stare into our souls. Oh yeah, Sally and Khan caught up to them at the end of the last issue. Sally wastes no time ordering the boys to engage the mercenaries. Khan's confused about this fight. Makes sense, he hasn't had previous contact with these guys. But everyone else really gets into the spirit of things. That is, until Fiona calls it off. The Destructrix want some trouble, but have a different target in mind. They've heard Sonic's group is in the area and wanted to recruit them. See, the Destructrix was around the Dragon Kingdom for some time now because, well, I'll let these flashback panels help me out. After Fiona bailed near the end of the King's Scourge arc, she decided to track down the Destructrix. She found them in a terrible state. Draco left to rejoin Eggman, and Lightning Lynx left to rejoin his clan thanks to his honor being restored. The last thing sent these three into a depressed state. Things were so bad that Sleuth Dog here just gave the team to Fiona and disappeared. Seriously, he never appears in the comic series again, and this is before a certain world-changing event happened, but I digress. Before the Destructrix fully accepted her, she had to promise them that the first order of business was to bring Lightning Lynx back into the team. For some reason, there's this strange loyalty these members have. You know, in some way it makes sense. The original four were together back when they were called the Fearsome Foursome. Speaking of loyalty, Sonic takes the time to take a jab at Fiona's lack thereof. Fiona responds by trying to manipulate Tails emotionally. For those that don't know, Tails once had a crush on Fiona that ended badly, as in slapped in the face badly, so trying to reopen this wound is a scummy move. Thankfully, Sally ends this by punching her in the gut. My respect for the princess just went up tenfold. What it boils down to is the Destructrix want Lightning Lynx back, and Lightning's rejoined the Raiju clan, one of two clans that our heroes still need to get to break off from the Iron Dominion. So the two sides reluctantly team up. They head to the current location of the Raiju clan, the Iron Fortress. Yes, the same one we first saw way back in Sonic issue 60. The group stormed the fortress in 3 stages. First, the Flyers would get Sally and Fiona over the wall and distract the Raiju in the area. Second, Sally and Fiona would open the inner gate. And third, these three would handle the outer gate. Now, why couldn't the Flyers just lift everyone over, you may ask? My guesses? Well, first, they had to be quick so that they wouldn't be overwhelmed by Raiju reinforcements. Second, who knows how heavy Sergeant Simeon is? And third, it's Fiona's plan, and she wants some mayhem. Anyway, from the gate is a straight shot to the throne room where Conquering Storm and Lightning Lynx await. Khan presents the Break from the Iron Dominion offer, with the added bonus of letting them have the Iron Fortress. That trick won't work on Conquering Storm. She and the Raiju in general believe in action over words, so Khan offers a duel of honor. If her champion defeats his, they'll become willing prisoners of the Iron Queen. If his side wins, the Raiju clan will renounce the Iron Dominion. Conquering Storm accepts and chooses Lightning as her champion. The chosen champion on Khan's side is Sonic the Hedgehog. As Sonic himself points out, he is the hero of this adventure. The fight goes as well as you'd expect. Despite Lightning's best efforts, his opponent is Sonic the freaking Hedgehog, and he goes down in no time flat. Because of this pitiful display, Conquering Storm banishes Lightning Lynx. Again, you know, you can't help but feel sorry for this guy. He tearfully returns to the Destructrix, who assures him that you're back with us now. You don't need them. It's only when Fiona promises vengeance that Lightning agrees to rejoin the mercenary team and they leave. Because she lost a duel, Conquering Storm has the Raiju clan break off from the Iron Dominion. Don't worry, she used the Word of Honor vow. However, she's hoping to one day have the Raiju conquer the Dragon Kingdom for themselves. We'll see when a certain doctor comes a-calling, but that's for another another time. Our heroes leave the fortress wondering where and how they are going to find the elusive Shinobi clan. Luckily for them, a member of the Shinobi clan appears and offers his services as a guide. Said member is Spo the Chameleon. Another clan has broken off from the Iron Dominion, but this victory was bittersweet. Poor Lightning Lynx. He was so happy to be with the Raiju clan. Even Sonic was upset with the eventual outcome. We do get a hint at why Lightning rejoined the clan when he was rebanished based on this dialogue. Lightning's in love with conquering Storm. The bride, however, considers something like love a weakness. In fact, it's the reason Lightning was originally banished. The title of this issue wasn't kidding. Lightning dude, I think you should look for love elsewhere if you had your sights set on a hard case like this one. Banishment for losing a fight is harsh. I mean, look at his opponent. It's the star of the franchise. But the Raiju's philosophy is strength in action, and if you're weak, you're gone. That's how I see it. By the way, for those interested, Raiju is the name of a mythological Japanese creature composed of lightning, which does explain why members of the clan have stormy names. Anyway, in hindsight, perhaps Lightning is ultimately better off with the Destructrix, even if they have a new scummy leader. Speaking of the Destructrix, as noted, Sleuth Dog is out of the picture for good, and he doesn't die or anything, he just disappears into limbo. Drago, we'll see later on. As for these three, is it just me, or are we starting to see some semblance of personality for once? They've been around since Mega Madness, but they've always been goons for a higher tier villain. If they had personality before, I couldn't tell. Fiona definitely has a plan with these guys, and we'll see it later. I do have to say, sympathetic backstory or not, she deserved that punch to the gut for trying to manipulate Tails. It's almost cathartic in a way. The heroes had a few standout moments, such as Sally delivering the gut punch and Sonic engaging in the duel. But special credit goes to Khan for being, well, the most calm of the group. How ironic. Part of it was due to him, again, not being familiar with the Destructrix, and another part is that he's gaining confidence in his negotiation skills. He didn't even lose his cool in front of conquering Storm. I'm impressed, Khan. Just don't go on a yelling spree next issue, and things will be cool between us. And I just jinxed it, didn't I? This issue gets a 7. If you've seen my Sonic 209 review, I've said that the status quo is starting to reassert itself, and we're seeing one example of it here. Reassembling the core members of the Destructrix while at the same time shaking things up to keep it interesting. It's a sign that the Iron Dominion saga is approaching the end. Speaking of the end, the next issue brings us the final part of Journey to the East as our heroes meet with the Shinobi clan, and we'll learn some things about this guy we didn't before. These guys are so down, not even milk will alleviate the pain. Perhaps OJ over ice, or maybe even apple juice.